39 years, the mission of BronxWorks organization has remained the same, to help individuals and families improve their economic and social security. From the very young to the senior citizens, they support every neighbor to build a strong community. Here to talk more on the accomplishments of BronxWorks from the past 39 years, and they planned a future to keep the organization as successful as it's been, or as it's been forever, is Ken Smalls, the Executive Development Director. Is that correct?
Development Director.
Development Director. Hey,
Carolyn
Ken.
McLaughlin is our Executive Director.
Thank you. So you guys have been out there in the community. A lot of times, I know before I was educated, a lot of times people don't know what BronxWorks is. Can you give us a quick overview of the organization?
Sure. BronxWorks is a settlement house, and BronxWorks was founded in 1972. A lot of folks probably still remember BronxWorks under its old name, the Citizens Advice Bureau, and we began in the Morris Heights section of the Bronx 40 years ago, literally, working with seniors to help seniors get benefits, to help seniors with housing problems, to help seniors to navigate government systems so that they could secure benefits. And as issues came up, we also realized that while seniors were a critical population, we needed to broaden our scope in terms of services. So gradually, BronxWorks began to build out in terms of service provision, starting first by helping folks in terms of housing issues. So by the early 1970s, we became an organization that was known for helping people to resolve housing matters. We help people in housing court. And that's continued to be something that BronxWorks has a significant presence to this day. In the 1980s and the 1990s, we also broadened our scope of services to begin to work on issues related to HIV/AIDS. We also began to work with families in terms of helping young people with regards to after-school, summer camp, youth development services. So over the course of the past 39 plus years, BronxWorks has grown to be a multi-service organization and an organization that has a presence in about 7 community districts, and we have a few programs that are actually borough-wide in scope. So our homeless outreach team, for example, works in the entire Bronx, all 12 community districts here. And we have a minor repair program that targets senior citizens that is also borough-wide in scope. But many of our programs focus on particular neighborhoods, and the neighborhoods where we work tend to be concentrated in the southern part of the Bronx, which we would define as being Bronx Community Districts 1 through 6. So that's the quick story in terms of BronxWorks.
So how many locations does BronxWorks have in the Bronx? I know there are various different locations on Burnside, on the Grand Concourse. People see the signage all over the borough. How many locations do you have here in the Bronx?
Overall, BronxWorks has, at this point, 25 locations. That would include our main community center at 1130 Grand Concourse, which is literally up the block from Yankee Stadium. We have another community center, the Betances Community Center, in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx. We have 4 senior centers. We have 3 family shelters, a drop-in center, and a safe haven for previously street homeless persons, and a number of programs that are based in schools. So we have a pretty significant presence all throughout. In addition, there are 4 small walk-in offices that we have in community districts 2, 4, 5, and 7. Our northernmost office actually is not too far from here, the Bedford Park office at 2925 Grand Concourse. And that's actually somewhat historic in that it was the second BronxWorks office that was opened. It was opened in 1984.
Oh, wow. So I noticed you guys have recently you guys engaged in a Trout in the Classroom program.
Yes.
I quickly read through this and I actually wanted to attend. Can you tell me about this initiative?
It was a fun event that involved the 3- and 4-year-olds in our Early Childhood Learning Center. We've got a child care center as part of our community center at 1130 Grand Concourse. And there are 3 classrooms, 1 for 3-year-olds and 2 for 4- and 5-year-olds. And for the past year, the 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds have been part of a program called Trout in the City. We did this in partnership with a national organization, Trout in the City, and also the Bronx Children's Museum. And the idea was to get children to learn about other species, but to do it in a very hands-on kind of way. So we actually had our 4- and 5-year-olds learn how to raise trout. So we basically created a mini aquarium in our child care center, and the 4- and 5-year-olds learned how to raise trout. And literally a couple of weeks ago, they went up to a pond in Westchester County and they released the baby trout. So you had toddlers who were releasing toddlers of another species, so to speak. So it was a really fun experience for the children. It was also a great experience for the parents. We had about 50 children involved, and there were a good number of parents that went on that trip as well. So it was a lot of fun for everybody.
So Circle of Life, conserving, showing how it's a great project for showing kids, you know, the environment and our contributions to our environment.
And I think it's also helpful because children at a very early age get a chance to learn about other species. They get an opportunity to realize that we as human beings are not the sum total of everything that's on this planet. That yes, the fish are important, the bears are important, the cats are important. And I guess the other thing is oftentimes in an urban environment, children don't get much of a chance to get exposed to nature. This was an opportunity for them to do that. And the little ones, as well as their parents, they really had a lot of fun. And it's the type of thing that we really like to do with our children.
So you guys are having your annual gala coming up next week,
Yes.
May 15th, and also an AIDS awareness fashion show.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Which should I do first, the annual event or the AIDS fashion show?
Whichever one you prefer.
Let me do it in order. So May 15th is the BronxWorks annual event, and we're calling it the Kickoff to 40. BronxWorks, just as a bit of a sidebar, was officially founded December 10, 1972.
Okay.
So technically we're still 39. So we're doing 39 and counting. So our annual event this year is a kickoff to a year of celebration where we will be celebrating 40 years of BronxWorks service. So we're kicking it off next Tuesday down at Mutual of America headquarters. We have 3 wonderful honorees. One of them is Dr. Ricardo Fernandez, the president here at Lehman College. The second is Bruce Phillips, who is an architect as well as a BronxWorks board member. And the third is a pro bono attorney by the name of Ira Rosenstein, who for the past 15 years has done a wealth of pro bono work on our behalf. So we're very, very excited about our upcoming annual event. We're also excited that you're going to be our mistress of ceremonies. So I had to get that in. And in terms of our May 17th AIDS fashion show, that's being put together by some young people in our Teen Action program. It's going to take place at the Bronx Museum May 17th. It starts at 4:30. And the young people are very, very excited about that event. It's an opportunity for them to talk about HIV/AIDS in a different kind of context, to share information about the HIV/AIDS issues, but to do it in a way that also allows us to have, if you will, some fun.
So if people want to find out more about this, these upcoming events, can they log on to the BronxWorks website?
Yes, they can go to the BronxWorks website, which is www.bronxworks.org. BronxWorks.org, or they can call us at area code 646-393-4000.
Thank you,